He's the one that needs
I talked to him yesterday.
we need to have a pre-meeting.
I talked to his assistant yesterday.
Why, good morning. Hey, Jen.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. I was talking to Sean. I got to get a meeting in with you to do some onboarding.
Yes. Yeah, he and I were emailing back and forth about that yesterday. Is he jumping on the call today?
No, he is outside running the team, and we're actually installing the first Haven lighting products in New England today.
Yay.
Saw that. You guys are still have snow, huh?
Oh, yeah. It snowed this morning.
Hey, we need to get Jen, talk to your assistant.
We just talked about that where when you stepped out.
Yeah, we just need to get you guys caught up on a few things.
Yes, would love to. Because I have questions too on just sales sides thing, but how would it be, if we wanted to sell to, supply houses around here? Is there something like that, or is that a no? Just trying to figure out the do's and don'ts,
No worries. We'll get you all squared away.
Awesome.
Going on, Eddie?
What's up?
How's it going? Looking all fresh faced.
It's going. Yeah, I started to let it grow back again. And then I don't know why, but for some reason it was just aggravating the shit out of me. So I got up in the middle of the night and shaved it off.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too.
It's a terrible problem to have, isn't it?
It is.
Sometimes you dream that you shave your beard and you wake up and you're like, what did I do? And you're like, oh, I'm good.
That's funny.
Eddie, I'm Jim Sakosha. Where are you from?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Where are you from?
We're in Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia. Yeah, we're up here in New Hampshire.
You guys are still cold as shit, aren't you?
Yeah. We just had a snowstorm finish up this morning around 8:00. So, but I got the guys out there installing some products on the house.
I'm so sick of snow.
A friend of mine he lives in southern Mass, and that massive storm, he got 36 inches at his place.
That's crazy.
He had a skid steer too, but it's on tracks, and a lot of ice came in first, so it was couldn't get traction with the tracks, bad.
One of my close friends, him and I went to the West Virginia State Police Academy together. He retired from the state police and moved to Florida, and he texted me. He's like, at the beginning of winter, he's like, "Hey, enjoy that snow." And then I guess probably I can't remember when Florida got that freak snowstorm, but he was in the part of Florida that got that freak snowstorm. And I texted him and I said, "How's that feel, you jackass?"
I have those people too. Yep, same thing. Yeah. You thought you could run and hide, but
Yeah, that's the whole reason Florida got snow is because he wanted to be a smart ass. That's what I told him.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give everybody a minute. I know Kelly is in the Bahamas, so he will not be here.
What the hell?
I know. There's Tommy. And then Kyle is, I know he had a little bit of a hockey accident last night, so he will not be joining us. So I know that. What's going on, Tommy?
Oh, now I can see. My glasses
There
are so
we go.
dirty. No, it's just jamming along.
The
We
arch,
did a arch.
the
I
arch
think
looked good.
we used a Milwaukee 7 1/4 compound miter saw, and we're able to push the wires in and just trim the very edge, and got those super tight. Paper couldn't fit between them. And then if we use the 9-inch, it keeps the spacing perfect with the rest of the lighting, so it didn't look odd.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you
but it was-
mitered the ends of those?
yes. So and it's like perfect fit. So that otherwise we'd have that gap and it would just look weird. It wouldn't have been huge, but we just took it to the next level and pushed the wires back up inside, and then trimmed it a little bit until we got the right angle, and then just did them all.
I'm not sure everybody what you're talking about here.
Yeah, so I can't do that with Evolution because everything's right
No.
at the edge. But
Yeah.
with Classic, it's a little more forgiving.
Yeah,
Looks awesome.
does look great. So, how much did you have to miter? Not much.
Oh, it was probably less than 1/8 of an inch on the bottom
Yeah,
of that, so it was just a sliver.
yeah,
But it matched up a lot better, and we just stuck it up there, and the gap kind of bothered all of us. So we
Yeah.
thought, okay, we had the saw, which, by the way,
Yeah.
if you don't have one, you need one. That thing is awesome. 18 volt, no more extension cords, because we use
Yeah.
the hell out of it anyway.
yeah. We have a 20-volt DeWalt that we do that with.
Yeah.
Hey, Tommy, just for future reference, if you wanted to do Evolution like this,
Yeah.
you could take that spacer piece and miter a 1/2-inch spacer piece in between here, or an inch spacer piece between here. You wouldn't know it when the light was on
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm
that'd be
saying?
great.
to snap
Yeah.
in between the two pieces.
Yeah, we've been using more and more of that to make up the difference just throughout, just to kind of keep it clean and neat. So,
Yeah.
yeah. One of my guys put the one with the lens on instead of the solid. So it looked kind of
Yeah.
funky. But
Yeah.
other than that, no, yeah, that's a great idea.
All right. We've got a couple stragglers that will be joining us, and that is completely okay. We will go ahead and get rocking and rolling with those that we have on here, though, going over our initiatives. So we have 3 weeks left of the 12 weeks that we've kind of started with in our initiatives. I know Charles is getting ready to jump on. He just sent a message, but Tommy, let's go ahead and start with you. Here you are. Okay. So looks like we don't have an update from last week for you.
You've been busy,
but
right,
You
Tommy?
have been, yeah.
Very busy.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah,
mean,
which is
Hell, we're doing like 400 linear feet, 500 linear feet of permanent holiday lighting in March. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Hey Tommy, just
problem.
curious, and not to change the subject, but what are you seeing as far as things opening up, whether it's roof line lighting or landscape lighting? What are you seeing in your market?
Right now, typically we see a lot of the tire kickers coming out. They've decided this spring they're going to do these projects. They quote the kitchen, the master bath, the landscape, and then we lose out on that every time. So when I find out, I just say, listen, do the kitchen, do the bathroom, and call me when you're done. But that's kind of where we're at. We're in that kind of zone. All the what I call cabs, cheap ass bastards, they all seem to call right now too, right? Early spring. So a lot of cab calls, a lot of roof lines coming through for the people that just didn't want to get it done before Christmas with the chaos. So we're getting a fair amount of that coming, more of they're thinking further out. So, but it's still pretty tight for us. I mean, it's not an abundance yet, but it's getting there. Much better.
But your phone is ringing.
Yes, we're seeing the jobs. Okay, before this time, before the holidays, probably for like the last 2 or 3 years, we didn't see many jobs in the 20,000 plus, and I've probably quoted 8 in the last 30 days. So the size of the jobs are coming up, and I think the people with money are starting to actually move and get things done.
Gotcha.
All right, good deal. Eddie,
Back to his thing.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
How's electrical coming? Are you doing any electrical or mostly lighting still?
We're picking up some electrical. It's actually merging together on the same job. So we're going out and adding receptacles, doing minor add-ons, more handyman level stuff. But we're able to add that in and make the stop that much more profitable.
Yeah, if you're already there, that's awesome. For sure.
Milk it.
How's your quote packet coming?
Oh, the folder is done. The brochure came in, and pretty much it's like really close. I just got to get the final documents to put in there. We're using the spec sheets for each of the fixtures we're using, but we're trying to pull the name off of it, but it's kind of a hassle. So we just may put them in there with the brand on it. It's not, as you know, we all as installers overthink things, and it's less important. If they really want you, they love you, and they're going to give you money. And it's really not about what you're putting in.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay.
Great. Eddie and Eddie.
I haven't updated it. It's been a crazy week, so
You slacker. No, I'm just kidding.
I know it.
No, but you guys really have had a lot of activity, particularly with your Facebook group campaigns.
Are you guys doing that direct, or did you hire that out?
No, we do it.
Good.
Jen does it. So she creates the post throughout the week, and then she'll blast them into groups and stuff like that. And then when we do the actual paid ads, I do the paid ads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I haven't done a paid ad for Timeless yet this year, but Blue Line has actually done very well on the paid ads already. Timeless, I'll probably turn those on next week.
On the paid ads you're doing, are you keeping them in Facebook, or are you taking them to a landing page? I know we talked about this. I don't remember.
For Blue Line, they stay in Facebook. For Timeless, they're going to go to a landing page. Blue Line is very, very streamlined. Like those people just they send Jen a message, she gets them a quote, and they book. Usually within like an hour of reaching out to Jen, we have a booking, and if not, then it's like 2 or 3 hours later.
So speed to lead really matters in that. So you have to respond immediately.
Yeah. So Blue Line is all about speed, because they'll just call the next pressure washing company if we don't get them taken care of. So they stay on Facebook. Timeless is going to go to a landing page. I've almost got the landing page sorted the way that I want it.
Yeah. And then it looks like what you're really seeing, some pretty good return on investment on is honestly your strategic partnerships, which is notable, right? So.
Yeah, and those are doing well for both. I mean, we get referrals for Timeless, and we get referrals for pressure washing. So,
yeah,
and we're working out some things with some high-end painters, so we should have some stuff going on there soon too.
Okay, wonderful. All right, Tim. So, wow, look at you, Tim. Okay, so you had a pretty good success last week. That was with a referral. Tell me about that real quick.
So we did a email blast, and we just did a voicemail bomb drop. But so I think as a result of the email blast, one of our old customers who owns a business, he happened to see it, and they just reminded me, referred us to a nice pressure washing job. It was like a $3,500 pressure washing job, and I reconnected with another referral partner, and she had changed companies, so she just sent me over a vendor packet. So yeah, they might be able to use me as a subcontractor or refer work to me. So that worked out good.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I think with these referral partners, just stay in touch with them. Like, it's easy to say, yeah, I got a referral partner and agree to it, and then you don't talk to them for months. Make sure you keep talking to them all the time.
Yeah, and this voicemail bomb we did yesterday, it really took off. I did too many, so I think I sent out to like 6,000, 7,000.
Is that off a paid? Is that off a paid list, or where'd the list come from?
Just over 14 years of work, prospects and customers.
Okay. And what platform are you using to send that voicemail?
We use Call Loop.
Okay.
So it's well as ringless voicemails. So it just they can't answer. It just ends up in their in their mailbox. So that works pretty good. So
yeah. So for those of you guys who don't know what that is, it's literally there's no call. It's just a voicemail that shows up in their voicemail box.
Yeah, it cost me $500 or $600 to send it to 6,000 or 7,000 people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
You've gotten just shy of $14,000 in success on that. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And the snow's gone and it's warm and we're starting to work again. So
that's awesome. All right. But yeah, I mean, so we have, it's not that this ends, guys, right? But like we've got, we started off with, looking at 12 weeks, right? So we have 3 weeks left in this. So, I mean, do you want to kind of touch on that a little bit?
I think the key to all these initiatives, like with anything, is you have to do way more than you think to get results, right? Like if you think it's going to take 20 leads, it's going to take 100, right? So I think the key to keep in mind is you just have to multiply and put time into it and dedicate an hour a day or whatever it is to some of these things and get them done. If you're going to do door hangers like we talked about, I think a lot of people are either getting them printed or have them printed. If you're going to do them, you have to do them over and over and over again on the same houses, twice a month, once a month. You've got to keep hitting these people. It's very similar to postcard stuff, right? They will tell you if you're just going to send 2 postcards, don't do them, right? You have to do postcards for years to get them to hit. And I've had people, we've done some postcard. We don't do it currently, but we've done some postcard stuff. And I've had some people call me 8 months after we stopped doing the postcards, and they had it magneted to their fridge and called and said, hey, and I was like, how'd you find out about us? Oh, I've kept this postcard. It's on our refrigerator, and it's just when the time is right, they'll call you, right? It's not I'm going to put these out and people are ready to buy, right? I'm going to put these out and they may buy in 3 years. I don't know. But when they're ready, they're going to call me.
Yep. 100%. So speaking of huge successes, I don't want to derail too much, but somebody just entered the room, better late than never, Bill. I feel like a big shout out for Bill is kind of due. Bill, do you want to talk about it real quick?
The good, bad, or the ugly?
Right. Right.
Yeah, I have a really, really cool project that is finally over the finish line for Atlanta World Cup. We are doing about 8,000, 9,000 linear feet of evolution underneath bridges throughout downtown Atlanta. With the help of Georgia DOT, Atlanta DOT, Georgia Power. Actually got to meet the vice president of Georgia Power yesterday at their offices. And I'm getting myself into things I had no idea about. And I have to give credit to the Haven team to toot you guys horns for a little bit. I don't think this project would have come off with any of the past other companies we've worked with. So anybody that's new to the group or new to Haven, they do back what they say they're going to do, which is fantastic. They have really, this is a very, very large figure project, probably the largest job that we've ever worked on, and would not have gotten over the line without them. So we have really cool, I can't wait to get the videos out and get this stuff up and started. And the great part is, well, the scary and great part is it'll all be executed by June 1st. So it's partnering with it's us. There's a Georgia Power project manager and then an installation team. We're not even the ones installing it because as I told Chris, I don't know how to legally shut down a highway. There's a lot of different ways I can think of on bridges and things like that to help get it shut down, but I don't know how legally it would be. So really excited about it, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated on what's happening. And
that's
sidebar,
where, honestly, so let's talk about that for a second, because we do this. We're starting to do this on more and more projects. On these bigger commercial projects, we're working on one. We've been working. They take forever, as Bill will tell you.
1 year.
Yeah, they're year-long projects. But these big ones, we're doing the same thing on a couple of these, to where we're just doing the project management. Their team is doing all the installation. And you guys have that same capability, right? You guys on these bigger projects, we're working on one with Pfizer right now, same deal. We're just the project manager, and their team is doing the installation. So don't count that out. Like, don't count out working with these guys in ways that, because a lot of these commercial guys, they've already got relationships with electrician companies and installation companies, and just to get on that list is hard, right? So don't count out those options. And when you're going to quote some of these larger projects, give them the option of, hey, we can do this one of two ways. We can either be the project manager on the project and help your team, or your vendors who you already have a relationship with, who know the building very well because they're here all the time, work with those guys, or we could do the installation as well, and see how the path that they want to go down. Honestly, I don't think many people are approaching these bigger projects this way, and I think you will have much more success if you do.
Yeah, frame it as you're the designer. You're the lighting designer now. You're in there giving them concepts, ideas, and can help them and run their tech side. That's exactly the operation we're going with, and we're making really good margins on all of this.
But not only that, and I've been on these. I've been the project manager on these projects, to where I'm telling you, without me there, it would have taken their guys twice as long to install it, because I told them what to do, and I told them all the tricks, and I told them everything that we've learned over the past 8 years, right? And so I saved them massive amounts of time in the installation, and therefore saved the customer massive amounts of time. Even though he paid us a project management fee, I still saved that customer money because of all the time that I saved the people installing.
Yeah, and one of the things is, if you are running these projects, knock it up a little bit, because they may have a project manager, or who they say is project manager. You're still spending time. It's ultimately, they're looking at you to ensure it comes off. So don't shortchange yourself. Had we not marked up as much as we did on some of these, I would have been pretty frustrated with the amount of work I'm having to put in at the 11th hour to get this across the line. So ensure that you're protecting yourselves in that. And the larger clients, $10,000, $20,000 a rounding error to them. So don't sit there think you're saving the world by cutting that off. All you're doing is shortchanging yourself, and you're going to make your margins too low.
Yeah, and to some degree, I think they look at you as a higher value when you take the project management approach versus the installation approach, to be honest with you.
Great.
Yeah.
It's a long haul.
It is a long haul.
Yeah,
Every one of these. We've been working
We've got
with
a couple in the pipeline, and you got to account for all that time it took to get you over the finish line, like you were talking. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's a lot of hours.
Yeah, I probably got over 400 hours into this project before I saw a dime, which is
And
tons.
some sleepless nights.
Oh yeah, and they're not done yet. So
Absolutely. So, sometimes these wins come in, the form of these big, huge wins like this one. And sometimes, they come in the form of, small incremental wins like, extended warranty, right? So I'm kind of curious who, we've been talking about extended warranty, and I know you guys get like really, really excited about it. Something that, Chris and I were talking about the other day was we were kind of curious to know, we've been talking about it so much, who has sold extended warranty or
Who's quoting
who's
it right
quoted
now?
it? Yeah. Yeah. Who else?
I've got one sale. It was actually on the first job we did together. Was the Petrie Corners job, which is a large commercial job. And
So you went back to
right.
them?
I'm sorry?
You went back to them with that after the fact?
Oh no, we sold it at time.
Oh, okay.
Like because that's when you had yours. So we kind of packaged it and resold it, and we have not had to go. It's been up for over a year now. Have not had to go back once. We're getting about $6,000-7,000 a year, just as it's sitting there for them to have the security on it. And the great part is it's value added. They've replaced products, they've added products, they keep wanting more stuff.
Yeah.
So at worst, it keeps you top of mind to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And they want a budget. Those commercial
Mhm.
projects absolutely want a budget.
Period.
Sure.
Yeah, that's one of the things we're going to, we're marketing at CAI, which is Community Associates Institute, coming up soon. And that's one of the things we're going to push there is not necessarily extended warranty, like warranting, going out, doing it almost like an inspection on their service, their system first, and then kind of providing warranty after the fact for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Eddie, I saw you raise your hand. You want to touch on yours a little bit?
We haven't sold one yet, but we have started quoting it. We developed the system around it, handouts, the brochures, all that stuff. And actually, a lead that you guys gave us back in November, we did the install on. It's the one, Chris, I don't know if you remember, it had that giant snakeskin in it that Rob said he'd have burned the house down if he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was yours?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, and Eddie can attest to it. I wasn't very happy after I found that, but it was more the fact I didn't know where the bastard was. So we're actually getting ready. He reached out yesterday. We're getting ready to go out, and I'm gonna have to talk to Rob or one of you guys here later because he wants a crap ton of lights. So we're gonna quote that for him too, with the warranty. And we have one buyer that she's waiting a little bit before she pulls the trigger, and she's indicated that she wants the warranty. So far so good.
Good. Good. Tommy, you're not quoting it yet?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to pose it. That's my biggest issue. I've got a lot of big clients, so I'm anxious to get out there and get it done. We have kind of a different situation with a couple of our really big estates where we're there every week just doing maintenance. So
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll do those, but yeah, I need to go
Yeah,
back and listen to that session.
If they're already paying you maintenance, I wouldn't do it in that manner. I keep what you got on those. But
They
for
pay
your
us once a
everyday,
year.
for your everyday quotes, put it as a line item, man. Put it as a line item, and there's no posing. Don't overthink it. Like, some people just want the assurance, right?
Well, they
Don't
ask
over-
about it.
Yeah.
You know, they ask what the warranties are, and I quit saying. I just said there's 1 year on the product, and we have an extended warranty, but I just haven't put it on there yet. So I'm telling them about it, so it's not a surprise. Just don't know how to price it.
Okay. Well, the pricing's up on the thing that we use.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to just
Right.
go back and read that and get caught up. That was one
Okay.
I unfortunately missed.
Okay. The only thing is that
Tommy, I
that
run
pricing
mine
is
at like, I'm sorry, Chris. I run mine at probably about 7 or 8% per year, for the warranty.
yeah, you're anywhere between 5 to 7, generally speaking. Yeah, unless there's like, you gotta be careful on lifts involved and on some of the commercial stuff. So you gotta take that into account on some of that stuff, which usually the commercial people are willing to pay more. So usually you're on the higher end of that spectrum for the
Right.
commercial guys anyway. But like even the project that Rob, and he's on here, but we're working with one with a convention, a big project with a convention center. This is one that we're gonna do the project management, and we brought up extended warranty, and we didn't even talk about cost, nothing, and they responded with, "Yeah, we definitely want that." like they don't care what the cost is. They just want that assurance that, and we're not going to do the extended warranty on the labor because we're not even providing the labor. So even in these cases, you guys can still do the extended warranty on the product. Just add that in there, right? And man, there's a lot of margin in this model.
And I think it's even better on the holiday side than the landscape side because there's even less chance of an issue.
There's
long
less.
term.
That's exactly right. Now, I will say you will get the landscape guys to buy more of it because a lot of times they've had all the connection problems and they've had all the issues in the past, which, if you guys, and I know Tommy does, if you guys really make sure that you use, proper connections and do all this and take, put the piece of conduit in between the mulch and the grass and all that stuff, then it'll still, I mean, we have lots of landscape ones that we haven't ever been to.
Yeah, 10,000%. Is anybody struggling with just the conversation part of it? Like, is there a level of discomfort in just talking about it with anybody? Saying no.
Again, I think the key to the extended warranty conversation is use it as a way to sell the quality of install coming from the service side, right? I think that's hugely important. This is why we do this. This is why we do this, because we're able to offer this extended warranty at these prices. It costs me more to send somebody to fix your stuff than it does to offer this extended warranty. And therefore we do all these things in the install to provide such a quality system, right? And it feeds right into it, and it doesn't not sell the extended warranty. Shockingly enough, the people that are going to buy the extended warranty are still going to buy the extended warranty because they're just buying it for security. And it's the same thing as a home warranty or home appliance warranty or whatever, right? They just want it so they don't get a surprise later on down the road.
You can also use it as to further the conversation when a customer has a complaint regarding maybe another company quoted them a longer warranty, a longer manufacturer's warranty or something. It can open up the conversation on that. And really just saying, hey, we can offer any kind of warranty you want. We can offer a lifetime warranty, and here's how that works. And you can get into the conversation of if we have to come on site, for any kind of service, it's going to cover that, and you can get into all the details that way. But it's a great way to answer their question if they have maybe another roofline company quoted some goofy lifetime warranty.
Yeah, and I think like Rob talked about last week, I think it leads you into a conversation that's actually a really good conversation and an honest conversation on, the guys that are offering this lifetime warranty. The problem is that it's the installer that eats all the cost because the little puck light costs the trim light $3, right? And so it's the $250 or the $300 that it costs the installer to go out and replace that little $3 puck. And what we're seeing in the market, and we see it every day, and I know you guys know as well, these guys are going out of business. The guys that have been doing this for these long warranties, these guys are going out of business, and then there is no warranty, right? You might be able to get one from Trimlite, but Trimlite doesn't know without that guy's knowledge, Trimlite doesn't know when that product got installed. Right? They don't have any idea what the warranty is because they don't know. And so, it leads into a good, honest, open conversation that, listen, warranty is a cost, right? And lifetime warranties don't come free to the installer. And what we're seeing in the market is a lot of these guys we see on, I'm in the member of Jellyfish Group and, Trim Light groups and all these, and it's constant, right? Hey, I need help. I need to find somebody to help me because my installer's no longer in business and I've got my lights aren't working. How do I get this fixed? I see it once a week, twice a week on these groups on my guy's no longer in business. I had this warranty, but I don't know who to call to help. Right.
Yeah, Tommy, you may be able to speak on this as well, but one of the things is for case study is I do a lot of the home shows and have done them for a couple of years now. With 2 years ago or so, there were 5, 6 different lighting vendors there for different trim lights, different roof lights. Each of the manufacturers had a setup there. And then as we went through maybe a year ago, I started seeing new people there, or you have the regional director for the trim light or whoever that is. And I started talking to him like, yeah, well, we're in between installers at this point. And now this last one we went to, we were the only roofline company out there because most of them have gone out of business or switched hands or can't find the revenue, or they're being filled in by the regional directors of those companies rather than actual installation companies. So that's been very, very, you're not lying about them going out of business. It is a everyday occurrence here.
It's an everyday occurrence because the business model is unsustainable. And I think that's a great conversation. If you have a customer and hopefully if they're spending $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 on some lighting, hopefully they're an educated customer, right? And it's a conversation that if you're open and honest, it's transparent. It's, hey, I'm telling you what's happening in the market, and it makes sense, right? Anybody with some logic in their head is going to be like, well, yeah, I get it. Like, no wonder that guy's, no wonder that they're going out of business. They can't stay in business.
And you can also approach it from the aspect of, just how much a service call cost, right? You have the option of doing the extended warranty, and this is what it covers. If you choose not to, that's all right too. But if a service call is necessary, there's a $150, service and diagnostic charge just to come out. The labor is, $130 an hour. Once the manufacturer's warranty is exceeded, the parts, explain to them how quickly it adds up, and then it's their decision. If you're okay with that, it can add up this quickly. That's fine. If you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. I just want to educate you. It's your decision. Yeah. It's not a pushy thing, just you're educating them.
Right. And frankly, as the service company, you don't really care which they choose.
Correct.
Because you're going to get the money anyway when something happens, right? You would rather them go the extended warranty route, but I've never purchased an extended warranty in my life. And so you're not getting that from me, but some people will, and then the conversation could also lead to, well, what do you suggest? Well, how long are you going to be in your house, right? If you're looking to be in your house only for the next 3 years and then planning on moving, I probably wouldn't do it. If you're going to be in your house for more than that, if you see yourself in the house 10 years, this is a no-brainer for you. Right. And so then they start thinking about, I can almost guarantee you, if they're buying lights for their house, they're not planning on leaving their house in the next couple of years. Right. So they may end up doing that, but they're not thinking, that's not where their headspace is right now. Right. They're making an investment on their house. They're not looking to get out. So it's another way just to feed that conversation and be open and honest and transparent. And I think when done well, I think the customers really appreciate the honesty of the whole situation.
Yeah.
Rob, you got any? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Just to jump in there, one of the things that I talked to the lady I was talking about earlier that's waiting until she gets the money right for it. When she talked about warranty, like before we found you guys, we were looking at like several different other vendors, and one of them was Invisalite through Lights at Wholesale, and they said sell it with this lifetime warranty, and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, okay, but how does that work? Because you're only going to warranty the product to me for a year. So if it goes bad, then I'm basically supporting your product. And they said, no, what you do is you charge them a labor fee. You pay us $5 for a new puck light, and they still have to pay you labor. So like when I was talking to her about it, she said, I saw other products have lifetime warranties. And I was like, yeah, but is that product, that lifetime warranty, are they going to fix it for free if it breaks, or are they really going to charge you and say the labor is bad? I said, so find out what that warranty actually entails before you make your decision. So
Right.
that's
And
a lot of their warranties are like that.
on top of that, some of these guys are providing their labor for free just to get the sale, to be honest with you.
Yep.
And they're not business savvy, so they don't understand the ramifications of all of what's coming down the road. And that's when you can lead into, they're either charging you for the labor anyway, and the product cost is not very much, to be honest with you, the replacement of that little puck light, or they're doing it for free, in which case they won't be in business when you need them.
Right.
You can't work for free. The math doesn't add up, right? So at the end of the day, if they chose either route, I think it's a great conversation with the customer, and it's open and it's honest and it's fair. And I think they appreciate it. I mean, I know Rob touched on the sales call he had last week, in depth. And I mean, that conversation came up and they said, I'll let you tell the story again, Rob, but they said, the other guys are offering a 25-year warranty, and they led into this exact conversation.
Absolutely. And they even within the conversation, they began to start answering their own questions. And they even asked, said, oh my gosh. And it hit with them. It clicked with them. They understood, yes, what are we going to do if this company goes out of business? The warranty's no good. It doesn't matter what they offer to us. Like Chris said, it just opens up a conversation to fully talk through it all. And it as opposed to the feel of you're trying to push something on them. It's more of a conversation.
Any other questions on extended warranties? And Jim, we'll get into, when we have our meeting, we'll give you some background behind all this.
Hey, Eddie, do you mind sharing the handouts that you're using for your extended warranty?
Yeah, I can get those to you.
I was just curious what it looks like and kind of what information you're presenting, because I've talked about it, but I don't have any leave behinds or anything yet. So I was just curious what you were doing.
Ours
It'll
is on
take-
the drive, I think.
Is
Bill.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of it is basically just, it's very, very similar to what Chris and Jen put on the drive, just rebranded with us. But
Perfect.
if you give me your email address or something, just throw it in the chat and I'll write it down. And anybody that wants it, for your email address in there, and I'll write it down and send it to you guys.
And we
Okay.
did,
Yeah,
we did have pricing on ours back in the day. Like, if your project is this side, here's the price. If your project is this side, here's the price. We ended up taking that off because now we use it for commercial and residential. And so, and even some of the residential ones we do, that have a lift, we have to modify what the pricing on them anyway. So.
for our commercial, if we're doing like, if there's ever any service work, we just put on there that lift costs not included. So that's because there may be some work we can do from the ground, maybe some from the air. So I can sell it to them as, hey, I don't want to charge you for a lift if we're not going to have to use a lift. So yeah, your upfront money's there, but you're kind of averaging out if the lift usage. So I just have that as a line item, and a lot of these commercial places will have one.
Yeah.
Granted, the properties don't, like some of Tommy's estates that he works out there in California, don't necessarily, they heck, you never know out there. They may have a lift themselves, but for the commercial properties, they have one, or that's kind of their requirement. And they know, hey, if there's an issue, we're not eating the cost of that, because that has nothing to do with us other than getting us to the location. And nobody's really balked at that yet.
Yeah, fair point. All right. Any other questions on extended warranties? The business model is amazing. You will love life once you get fully in it. So get started, Tommy. um, yeah, you will appreciate the whole model.
Can
Once
you
once you get going.
send me a link to the exact episode that you guys discussed pricing and structure?
Yeah,
I can
I
take-
believe
can
so.
dig through it, but that'd be faster.
No,
you
we'll
could.
we'll get that to you.
No worries. All right.
I don't really have anything else today.
All right. Does anybody have any specific questions for us?
I have a side question about the lights survey or light study. Chris, you gonna be able to jump on a call with Georgia Power at some point? Are we able to do
Sure.
that?
Sure.
Okay. Anytime today, 1 to 3 work, or should I try to schedule something for Monday?
No, 1 to 3 would be fine. We have that Death Star ball lumen measurement thing, so I can get the guys to throw a light in there, and we can get you. It's going to be, we'll do lumens per foot is going to be the measurement.
I think that should work. They've been very unclear about what they want. Because the problem is, the people that I'm talking to are getting at third-hand information, so it's literally a game of telephone to get to where we need to be. So if I'm not exactly sure what, let me see. I'll talk to them. I'll shoot a message over to them.
I'm
see if there's a
assuming they're
time.
worried about too bright.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So I
what
think
I'm assuming as well, is that we blind drivers going underneath bridges, which probably isn't a good thing.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we do a measurement at 100% and a measurement at 10? And that way they've got the range that they can do. Cause I think
Perfect.
I don't want to just send them 100% and then be like, oh, it's too bright, when they could actually set it way lower if they want to.
That I've explained all that to them. Yeah, no, I agree. If we're at 10% and then this is as low as it can go, this is as bright as it is, and they say we need to be here, if you and I then could talk about where that needs to be, is that at 50%, is that at 70%, those type of pieces.
I have that already.
Okay. All right. Jen's already got it.
Oh, you're amazing. Why did we just assume she'd have it already?
And we've got all the colors too.
Yeah, I've got it at 10% and 100%.
Now you can take X down to 1% if you want. You can't even see it's on, but you can take it there if you want to.
Right.
Yeah, I had Jonathan do that for me for somebody else a while back.
Okay. So this is by the foot. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Send that over. If you don't mind sending that over to me, I'll send it over to them, see if that's what they need. And if it's not, we can then plan a call for Monday.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I'll get
Thank
it
you,
over
guys.
to you as soon as we get off the call.
Y'all are fantastic. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Hey,
All right,
Chris.
well, we'll give you guys, oh, go ahead.
Hey, one thing I want to talk about, there's, while we have 15 minutes here, there is Jellyfish has come out with what they call Saber, which is a linear product that, I know Jellyfish has all of our product in their lab. And so they've come out with a linear product. I do want to talk about a couple things that I think is really important for you guys to sell against. This product, there's another one that Redwoods, I saw at the Light It Up Expo, just came out with also a linear product. It doesn't look very bright, but and they've got massive problems with that design. But one of the things I want to talk about that I think will help you guys sell projects versus these others when you start to see them come about is number one, the Jellyfish product. You put the track up, and it's basically a linear tape lay. All right. So number one, they're offering some sort of, and I don't know exactly what it looks like. I've got some coming, but I don't know exactly what it looks like. But it's got to be like vampire teeth that you can crimp in to the strip itself. The strip is filled just like ours, our Q series strips. It looks like that pretty much. And you can either do vampire teeth or solder on site. So you're cutting the strip to length, and then you're creating all these connections, right? For all that you that have been with us for a long time, we do not let you daisy chain lights because the vampire clips, when they're outside, do not last. You're going to have connection problems, and soldering these things on site is almost impossible. So on a Q series strip at my house, I had a section go out. and I sent my best soldering guy out to replace just that section, and we ended up ripping the whole strip off because he could not do it. And soldering on a ladder is damn impossible. So one of the things that you're going to use to sell against this product, who's got
So it's just, they can go back and forth with the proprietary building is the option for halfway. And then the last one just came off Old Westway as well.
Where's the noise coming?
I don't know. Somebody's got noise in the background.
Still working on.
Eddie, that's you.
There we go. I got it. Okay. So, so the problem is that, I think they're good. When you're jumping and going around these corners, you're going to have 10 to 20 connections that you've done in the field with these vampire teeth or soldering. You're going to have one that doesn't work right. So number one. Number two is, you can only go 60 feet without power injection, on the jellyfish stuff. And I bet you a ton of money. We're going to make some videos on this, but I bet you a ton of money they have color shifting down that 60 feet. All right. One of the reasons that we don't let you daisy chain strips more than 32 feet, or we don't make strips more than 32 feet, is because we get color shift, because your power is running through the actual strip itself. If you look at the Evolution product, one of the things we do, if you were to cut one open, we do not send any power through the actual light itself. The wires, those wires that are on those connections meet in the middle of the product, both together. So the signal runs through the strip, but no power runs through the light itself. And that's how we're able to go the distances that we go and not have any color shift. All right, so we're running that through 16 gauge wire. They're running it through an ounce of copper on the strip itself. I'm telling you, they're going to have power problems, and they're going to have color shift as they lose voltage down the strip. All right. Secondly, if you've ever taken our Q series strip off of anything after it's been up a year, you're not cutting a section out. That whole thing is coming down and it will be destroyed. A lot of times, if you've ever had a Q series strip, don't ask for it back because we know there's nothing left of it. You will rip all the silicone covering and it will be destroyed. It won't look like an LED strip anymore. And thirdly, for the guys, Jim, he's gone, but 3M spec, and I'm sure they're using imitation 3M tape, just like probably we do. I don't even know. But the tape is still good, but 3M spec, and I'm sure China's isn't any better. You can't put that up below 50 degrees, or the adhesion isn't there, right? So on days like today out where Jim's putting up lights, you're not putting up lights on a day like today with this other product. So, the product replacement, I know a couple guys that went to training on this product up at Jellyfish, and I asked them, I said, did they show you how to replace if a section goes bad? They're like, no. That's like, well, here's why. Because you're ripping that whole thing down. And my guess is, when you remove our Q series strip, you actually have to take screwdrivers and scrape off the tape because the tape doesn't come off at all. It's why the strip rips apart. And so my guess is not only are you taking down the tape, you're taking down the whole channel. You're redoing that whole run for a bad diode, right? And so I'm sure it's going to be a little bit cheaper up front. Matter of fact, I know it is. But you're paying for that down the road because when you have to replace something or, ours is a 5-minute pop it out, pop it in. Theirs is you're ripping that whole run out. So those are the features that I know of Jellyfish. If you have to run up against it, there's lots of reasons why honestly, it's a terrible design. It's exactly why we didn't design it that way. When I saw it, I just smiled because I was like, this is they've never had experience with tape light in the field. I've got 8 years of experience with tape light in the field. It's a disaster when you have to replace it. You're replacing the whole thing. You're not replacing a diode. Secondly, Redwoods came out with one that I don't know anything about. They just came out with it like yesterday at the Light It Up Expo. What I do know, and I can't believe they had it on. I got a picture of their booth. They have it on a TV on the back of their booth. I'm not sure why you tout this. They need power injection every 26 feet. That is ridiculous. unusable in my opinion. I also believe, and this is a guess, but based on some other specs I saw, it is also tape. So I think they're going to have the same issues where you're going to have to make connections of some sort that are going to have to be watertight and everything. So all those same issues that I just ran across on Jellyfish, I believe, I'm not as confident in this one, but I believe Redwoods, and when we find out more, we'll let you know, but I believe Redwoods is going to have all the same issues. Again, they've never done tape light before. They don't know what they're about to run into. And the 26 feet is insanely ridiculous.
The more you know, the more you know, right? So
The good news is they're trying to copy us because they see us as success. So that's the good news. The bad news is for them is the design is awful. So I'm going to make some videos. I'm going to cut up back of the light apart. And I'm going to explain all this. So as your customers are wanting more information or want to, like, you guys will be able to share these videos, and it'll be very helpful and really demonstrate why our product design is the absolute best. Infield connections on strips are a disaster. It's why we don't let you do it even on Q series. All right.
any questions? Questions, comments, concerns, food orders?
Ooh, it's lunch.
Hey, Tim here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, could you do a push to get more reviews on the app?
Yeah. We need your help.
Yeah, I had a nerd complain that it was only a 3.5. So
You know, if you look at everybody's app, it's a 3. And the reason is the only time you ever review an app is if you've had a bad,
Yeah.
like, you never say this app is great, I'm going to give it a 5-star review. So any help on that would be certainly appreciated. Your aunts, cousins, uncles, whatever, like anybody. We will certainly do that more. We've done a good job of getting Google reviews. So one more thing against competitor stuff. I think it's ironic that none of them have Google review. None of them have a Google My Business page, and none of them have Google reviews. Wonder why. So I think that's another selling point. Go to our Google reviews. We're 4.9, and we've got 350 now, I think. But I will add that to our list, Tim. So what we do is in training, we ask for Google reviews. We get about 20 at training. And I will have them also review the app and give us a 5-star on that as well. That'll help.
There's no reason our installers can't do it also. They're the ones that use the app. They set it
Absolutely.
up, they do all that. So just because we're selling it doesn't mean we can't review it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Valid.
Yeah, anybody that you can get to hit that 5-star certainly helps.
Awesome.
But yes, Tim. And then Bill, you're going to be excited about this. Maybe by the end of today, for sure Monday, we've got game day videos with football, baseball, and soccer.
Nice. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Coming out. So
Are we going to be able to tie in for the World Cup?
I am still looking at that. I think there's a decent possibility we can, but I'm still looking at that.
Do you need anything through FIFA, or because through some of my connections, I may have loose channels?
No, we need
that?
the game link site we use. We just need to get them to give us the API make sure that they have the
Gotcha.
API for that. Yeah. I can't switch. It's not worth it to switch all that programming to a different platform.
Not at all. I did some AI automation and just started working in API keys and everything, and it's a nightmare. I
Yeah.
don't see how you do it. I hate it. Hate it. Hate it.
All right.
All right. Very good. Have a great weekend.
Anybody needs
Awesome.
anything, holler, let me know. I appreciate you guys.
All right.
All right. See ya.